Heloise, Greef, how goes it?
Yeah, still reeling from our conversation, Gavin.
Yes, full disclosure. I'm not moving around so much. Full disclosure, we've just finished recording the audio only podcast, and I'm glad to see that you're still here. We're still friends, Heloise. We touched on quite a few tricky subjects, didn't we?
Yeah, it was with a bit of reluctance that I made it over to the video platform, but guess we can reconsider our long-term friendship.
Okay, so let's catch up on a few things. A little less on the serious side than we've just discussed. Is Pepper still with us?
Is Pepper still with us? Pepper is absolutely still with us.
Oh, I'm relieved.
Living her best life. Although she has recently retired from her social media and media appearances, because she had a bit of a video go viral, and so she's made more money than me by creating content. And so she just pocketed her income and retired. So she's living her best life now.
Nice move. Pepper being your French bulldog.
Yeah, that's the one.
Another question from the first episode, and maybe you can give us a little demonstration of this, but the question is, how is the Hindi learning coming on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid to say that with the way the markets have gone this year, it's taken a bit of a backseat. So I'm still on the children's cartoon levels. However, I did travel to India recently, so I got to test like some of my Hindi. And as if you know anything about Indian culture, it's heavily based around food and meal times. So managed to get everything I wanted that I ordered in Hindi. But probably the most important word that I had to use is stop, because they just keep feeding you. So yeah, didn't get to practice the whole repertoire of Hindi, but I had to know how to stop from my plate being filled up.
Was this you getting to meet the extended in-laws?
Yeah. That is me meeting the in-laws, and we also got engaged this year, so we had a small engagement ceremony.
Congratulations. If you told me that in the audio version, I would have inserted a round of applause sound effect, but the videos, I don't bother doing
I'll just
too much.
I'll take the real applause, Gavin.
Know that the listeners are out there cheering for you.
Oh, thank you.
So, speaking of the in-laws, you also mentioned your fiance's alter ego as Cerebro8891. He's also a popular investor on eToro.
Yeah.
I would imagine his efforts haven't multiplied that much. He was doing great when we last spoke, but not quite so great.
He was outperforming me when we last spoke, but his portfolio is much more high risk growth / crypto orientated than mine. And so, yeah, unfortunately, it's not, this year has not been kind to those investors.
So he doesn't have a special corner office in Greef Invest headquarters?
Not yet. He's earning his way into the headquarters. Welcome for tea, though.
Say again?
He's welcome to come for tea, though.
Oh, very nice. Okay, and tell us about the PI meetup a little bit. How much fun was that? You had some speaking duties there, did you?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience getting to meet a lot of people in person, because I obviously became a popular investor in 2019. What am I saying? And I met a lot of the eToro team back then, but I did not really, get to attend a lot of events and meet a lot of people in person. So all of this has been a bit virtual and surreal for me for the last few years. So it was really great to meet everybody in person and to talk shop, but also to sort of complain and moan about the same things. And yeah, I was on a panel with Jay, Zach, and Wesley, the sort of oldies, giving some advice to the young ones about how to reach Elite Pro.
And I saw some photographs of the fabulous trio of Heloise, Neja, and Sharon.
Yeah, that was the other great thing. Both of them I've been in touch with and talked with. And we had a wonderful session with the eToro team on, Invest with Her, which is their new initiative. So we had a breakout session around how they can support female investors more. So it was really great to meet those other two co-queens in person.
And speaking of sessions, I imagine Sharon had the champagne flowing in the evening. Did she? Or is that a scurrilous rumor?
I'm not too sure whether I can confirm that.
You don't remember the evening after a certain point?
Yeah, well, let's just say it was good to meet everybody after such a long time.
Okay, very good. I don't know how I'm going to introduce this, but do you have a hilarious anecdote for us?
I don't really have one. I thought Pepper earning more than me in content creation was a good one, but
that was, I
can
confirm, a hilarious anecdote. But
okay.
In preparation for this, I thought maybe you had a little story to tell us or something, maybe from your South Africa days or something to do with the PI meetup or anything along those lines. Something revelatory that gives us a peek behind the curtain at the real Heloise.
Oh, I'm afraid not. I recently started beekeeping. Don't know if that's interesting.
Okay, far away.
I can give you a photo of me in my little bee suit. That's my latest hobby.
That's very exciting. Is that because of a desire to preserve bee populations, or because you like honey, or
a bit of both? It is also partly because I not lost a bet, but very untimely in March, literally just before the pandemic. It wasn't even like, I think it was like October 2019, long before the pandemic was even on anybody's minds. We one night had some friends over, and I don't know how we ended up on this topic, but we were basically discussing whether if you had to choose, would you live off honey or eggs for the rest of your life? Like, say a pandemic hit, what would be the one that you would sort of go with? And at the time, my answer was eggs, because I think we got onto this topic because I have boiled eggs every morning for breakfast. Very boring, but I love them. They're my little like pockets of protein, just like get them and go. And so somebody made a really strong case for why you might go for honey, because it's you can preserve it for longer, you can keep it for longer. And needless to say, I have changed my opinion, and I now have bees in preparation for the next apocalypse, so that I'll have sufficient supply of honey.
Fascinating insight into the mind and life of the Queen of eToro, Queen Bee, perhaps, Heloise Greef. Cheers, Heloise.
Bye. Thanks for having me.